Just light your incense at the right time, and your ancestors will hear your words, guiding you through any obstacles in life. There are certain special hours in the day when the energy between the living and the spiritual world is at its strongest. If you light incense during these powerful time windows, your prayers will not vanish into thin air. They will be received, acknowledged, and sometimes even answered, quietly yet effectively. A single stick of incense, lit at the right moment and with the right intention, can become an invisible bridge. It can help you let go of what feels heavy, invite in good fortune, and slowly untangle even the most complicated problems in your life. Maybe you already burn incense regularly, but if you have never really paid attention to the timing, chances are you have been unknowingly missing what many call the golden hour, the time when your ancestors are most willing to listen and when the universe is most open to receiving your wishes. So when is this sacred time of day to light incense? Why is it so powerful? And how can you make the most of it in everyday life? Even if you do not have a big altar or deep knowledge of rituals, all of that is coming up in just a moment. But first, take a second to activate your positive energy. Leave a comment below saying something like, "I am ready to receive guidance from my ancestors," or "I open my heart to wealth and peace." And do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss practical insights on ancient spiritual wisdom and applied feng shui. These teachings may seem simple, but they can truly lead you far, exactly in the direction you have always hoped for. So why is the timing of lighting incense so important? To understand this more clearly, we need to go back to one simple but profound principle. Every connection has its moment, and the spiritual realm is no exception to this rule. This world is never still. Everything is constantly in motion, from sunlight to the energy around us. And in each moment, the vibration of space shifts. Sometimes it is light and clear, sometimes heavy and chaotic. That is why the time you choose to light incense is not just a habit. It is a decision that affects how your message is sent and received. In many ancient spiritual traditions, it is believed that there are specific windows of time during the day when the gate between two worlds opens wider. These are the hours when spiritual energy is strongest, when the connection is clearest. And if you offer your prayer during those times, the chance of being heard increases significantly. It is just like making a phone call. If the person on the other end is available and ready to pick up, the signal will be crystal clear. But if they are busy, out of range, or their phone is off, no matter how much you say, your words simply will not reach them. In spirituality, the connection does not come from how long your prayer is or how big your offering tray might be. It comes from the alignment of your intention, your space, and your timing. When all three of these elements meet at the right moment, even a small stick of incense can become a path to prosperity, peace, and deep transformation. And here is the amazing part. The best hours for incense lighting are not some mysterious secret only known to the spiritually gifted. This is knowledge anyone can learn. These hours follow natural laws, based on sunlight, air quality, and the human biological rhythm. By understanding and applying the right timing, you are not just connecting with your ancestors, you are also aligning with the most awakened part of yourself. So if timing really matters this much, then what are the truly auspicious hours? Which ones allow for the deepest spiritual connection and open the doors to good fortune? Right now, I will reveal to you the most spiritually powerful windows of time during the day, hours that may seem ordinary, but if used correctly, could shift your entire energy and destiny. First, from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning. This is the time when nature, your living space, and even the human body all reach a state of deep stillness. That is why this window is considered one of the very first spiritual portals to open each day. A sacred doorway between the living and the invisible realm that exists in the depths of consciousness. When you light incense during this hour, you are not simply following a tradition. You are stepping into a stream of bright energy that helps cleanse heavy thoughts and clear emotional baggage that may be weighing on you or your family. From 5 to 7 o'clock in the morning is also when healing energy is at its peak. It is an ideal time to pray for peace, health, and emotional repair. If your household has been going through conflict, distance, or unresolved wounds, then lighting just one stick of incense at this time, with a heartfelt prayer, may gently start a quiet but deep healing process. There is no need for fancy words. Just stand in front of your altar, or even in a quiet space, close your eyes for a few seconds, and say in your heart, "I pray for peace in my family. May those who are angry be forgiven. May those who are hurting be healed. May those who have drifted apart find their way back to one another." Prayers like this, when offered during such a calm moment, are easier to be heard, not just by your ancestors, but also by your own mind, which is in a state of openness and recovery. Many people choose this 5 to 7 o'clock morning window to meditate, say their prayers, write in a gratitude journal, or simply light incense for a loved one who has passed. They feel something truly special, a moment when connection feels closer, gentler, and more sacred. This hour is not meant for asking big things. You do not need to wish for wealth, promotions, or major success. This is the time to ask for inner peace, because when the heart is calm, there is space for everything else to come in. Second, from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. If the 5 to 7 o'clock window is a time of stillness, then from 7 to 9 o'clock is when yang energy, the active life force, reaches its strongest point of the day. The sun is already high, the air is crisp, and life is moving forward. This is known as the peak time of vibrant, positive energy, a perfect window to activate luck, especially in finances, career, and personal achievements. In ancient times, this was called the opening hour, because the energy around you is dynamic, but not yet chaotic. Everything still feels fresh, new, and full of potential. That is why many business owners have the habit of lighting incense right at this hour, just before opening their shop or starting an important task. When you light incense during this time, you are not just calling in wealth, you are opening your spiritual channel to receive support from positive forces. Your ancestors, those who have come before you, or even subtle energies around you that your eyes cannot see. This is the perfect hour to ask for success in work, smooth communication, meeting the right people at the right time, or simply having the clarity to make wise decisions. This is also a powerful time to set your daily intentions. When you begin your morning with incense and strong positive intentions, you are sending a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive good things. You can gently say in your heart, "I ask for a clear, focused start to my day. May things go smoothly. May the right people show up at the right time. May I go in the right direction, do the right thing, and keep a clear and kind heart in all that I do." You do not need to memorize anything or follow a strict script. What matters most is that you are clear about what you want, and that you are thankful for another day to make it happen. Here is something interesting. In many spiritual cultures, this 7 to 9 o'clock morning window is seen as a lucky launch point. What you do during this time, not just incense, but the words you say, the thoughts you think, the way you walk out the door, all carry strong influence over the energy of your entire day. That is why if you can only choose one time to light incense daily, this is the window most people prioritize. Third, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning, from around 9 to 11 o'clock in the morning is when the human mind becomes clearest and most open to new ideas. This is no longer the time for launching new beginnings. It is the hour for going inward, where reason and wisdom become sharper. In many ancient philosophies, this time is connected to clarity, intelligence, and logical thinking. It was observed that decisions made during this hour tend to be more accurate because the mind is fully awake, but not yet overwhelmed by stress or fatigue. With this kind of energy, this time window is perfect for asking for mental clarity. especially if you are facing uncertainty, tough choices, or just feel lost about what to do next. You do not need fancy words. Sometimes all it takes is sitting still for a few minutes, lighting incense quietly in your mind, and being honest with yourself. I am looking for answers. I pray for insight to understand what I need to do. It is no coincidence that many scholars, monks, and creative people love this time of day. That is when the inner world is calm, the brain is sharp, and fresh ideas often flow in like a quiet stream, clearing out mental fog and leaving behind clarity and confidence. For students, test takers, anyone preparing for interviews, presentations, or any mentally demanding task, this is the window to use. Not to beg for a high score, but to reconnect with your true abilities and to give them room to shine. Even if you are feeling lost in work or life, spending a few peaceful moments during this hour, incense or not, can help you reset the map of your mind. You do not need a prayer or a ritual. Sometimes all you need is a quiet space where you can slow your breath, turn inward, and ask yourself a simple, honest question. What direction feels right for me right now? Because in the noise of the outside world, we rarely stay still long enough to hear ourselves. But during this hour, when internal and external energies are in balance, it is easier to reach the wisest part of yourself, or even feel an invisible guide quietly lighting the way forward. Fourth, from 11 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, midday, is when everything moves at its fastest pace. The sun is at its highest point, and the energy in the space around us becomes strong and sharply focused. This is no longer a time for preparation or daydreaming. This is the time to take action and to choose a direction. From 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock brings with it a special force, the energy of momentum. It is no longer the gentle healing energy of early morning, nor the introspective flow of mid-morning creativity. This is the time when energy is actively pushing you forward to make a decision, choose a path, and begin moving. That is why this time window is perfect for setting your focus on breakthroughs, whether in your career, long-term goals, overcoming challenges, or regaining lost motivation. If you find yourself standing at a crossroads, struggling with obstacles ahead, or simply in need of a push to get back on your path, the energy of this period can help you find clarity and boldness. Many people refer to this as the hour of choice, because by this time the mind is fully engaged, emotions have settled since morning, and the environment itself is shifting into a state of dynamic clarity. In the spiritual sense, this is the moment when we are most aligned with ourselves, when the thoughts we have been carrying since the early morning are now ready to be reviewed, filtered, and turned into decisions. What is unique about this hour is not its stillness, but its ripeness. If we imagine a full day as a circle, then noon is the peak, the height of motion and productivity. And for that reason, if you choose this time to focus your prayer on something action-oriented, such as moving forward in your work, finishing a project, or pushing through a long-delayed goal, the energy at this hour can help bring resolution. For anyone feeling lost, unmotivated, or overwhelmed by too many options, this midday window can be a gateway to recalibrate your life's direction. You do not need all the answers. Sometimes all it takes is enough stillness to realize just one thing. What is the next step? Understanding the best hours to light incense is important, but for your prayers to truly carry power, you also need to know how to light incense with the right intention and presence. So next, I will guide you through the proper way to light incense, so that each offering becomes a deeply meaningful spiritual moment. When it comes to incense, what matters is not the outward appearance, but how you prepare yourself and how present you are in each moment. Whether you have a large altar or just a quiet corner in your home, when done with intention, one stick of incense is enough to create a powerful connection. Before picking up the incense, let your mind settle. You do not need to be perfectly still like a monk in meditation, but do not light incense when you are rushing. irritated, or mentally scattered. The energy you carry in that moment is exactly what will be carried upward through the rising smoke. Just take a few seconds to stand tall, breathe deeply, and let your heart find calm. That alone makes a real difference. The type of incense you use also affects the quality of your connection. Choose natural incense, made from agarwood, cinnamon, lotus, or herbs. Gentle, earthy scents help the space feel warm, comforting, and safe. It is not just about how it smells. These fragrances subtly shift your state of mind, helping you go deeper into the moment. Hold the incense with both hands as a gesture of respect. You do not need to kneel or chant out loud, but moving slowly and mindfully helps you feel the sacredness of what you are doing. As you light the incense, keep your full attention on the act, as if you are placing your trust in something deeply meaningful. As for how many sticks to light, one is enough to show your sincerity. If you choose 3, it can symbolize completeness. But remember, odd numbers represent connection, while even numbers are often seen as symbols of separation. It is best to avoid lighting 2, 4, or 6 sticks, not out of superstition, but because you want your prayer to flow as one, uninterrupted and whole. After placing the incense, do not turn away immediately. Stay for a moment, watch the smoke rise, and let your mind float with it. This is the perfect time to hold a word of thanks, a quiet wish, or simply a moment of stillness. Even if you do not speak a word, the energy you hold in that silence will still be felt. And often those are the moments of deepest connection. You do not need to follow a specific format, and you do not need to memorize ancient prayers. What matters is having clarity in your heart, knowing who you are connecting with, what you are asking for, and what you hope to grow in your life. Even if your words are never spoken, your intentions will still be received if your heart is sincere. Lighting incense is not a duty. It is a gentle ritual to help you pause amid the rush of life, to remind you that you are not alone, and to bring yourself back to a way of living that is more mindful, more intentional, and a little deeper each day. As long as you are fully present in that moment, whether it is a busy morning or a quiet afternoon, whether you are in a spacious home or a humble little corner, one stick of incense is more than enough to illuminate your entire inner world. Although incense lighting is a deeply spiritual and meaningful act, if you unknowingly violate certain taboos, its effectiveness may be reduced. Or worse, it could disrupt the energy within your own living space. So right now, let's go over the key things you absolutely need to avoid. First, never insert incense sticks upside down or in a messy, careless way. When it comes to incense lighting, most people tend to focus on how many sticks to use, what time to light them, or what prayers to say. But there is one small detail that often gets overlooked, yet it holds great importance: the way you place the incense into the holder. Some people rush and insert the sticks crookedly. Others do not pay attention and end up putting the incense in upside down, with the burning end facing downward or leaning to one side. These may seem like harmless mistakes, but in the spiritual world, such things can signal a lack of reverence and disrupt the energy flow. Imagine writing a letter to someone very important, but scribbling, scratching things out, and presenting it in a messy way. Sure, the message might still be understood, but the emotional impact would be completely lost. The same applies here. Even if your heart is sincere, if you insert incense sloppily, tilted, or upside down, the energy you are trying to send will have a hard time reaching its destination clearly. Incense should be placed upright, straight, and stable. This is not just about appearance. It reflects your state of mind at the moment of offering. A stick of incense, standing tall and centered, is a symbol of inner clarity, unwavering faith, and focus. It shows that you know what you are doing, who you are connecting with, and why. Especially important, never place incense upside down, meaning with the stick's base up and the burning end down. In traditional belief, this is considered a reversal of yin and yang, a sign of disrespect and imbalance. Even if you do not believe in the symbolism, paying attention to these small details is a way of showing respect to the invisible world. Avoid shoving incense into crowded spaces, crossing over other sticks, or simply jamming it into any gap you find just to get it done. Each time you light incense, you are sending a message, and that message deserves to be delivered clearly, not rushed or messy. Second, never let your incense burn halfway, break, or go out midway. Once a stick of incense is lit, it is like a conversation that has begun. The smoke rising from it is an invisible stream of information, a bridge between you and the spiritual world, between your inner thoughts and the energies quietly listening. That is why you should never let incense burn only halfway, break apart, or be extinguished unintentionally. Because a prayer that is sent but never fully delivered, one that gets interrupted midway, is like a broken connection before it has a chance to complete. Some people light incense and immediately rush off. Others let it burn in the wind until it goes out. Some even snap the stick in half so there is less smoke, or so it burns faster. These actions may seem harmless, but in the spiritual sense, they represent a lack of completeness, an interruption in the flow of intention. A broken or half-burnt incense stick does not just ruin the look or the scent, it disturbs the flow of energy you are trying to create. It is like building a bridge and abandoning it halfway through. You may not see an immediate consequence, but if done repeatedly, you may start to feel like something within you is always missing, always incomplete, never quite arriving. If your incense goes out due to something unavoidable, strong wind, falling over, or other reasons, you can absolutely relight it with respect. Do not just leave it, and do not put it out coldly. This small act, done with care, helps build a more mindful, deeper attitude in your everyday life. A stick of incense that burns fully to the end is not only beautiful in form, it also becomes a symbol of commitment, completeness, and perseverance. In life, we start many things with excitement, only to quit halfway, forgetting why we began. And perhaps one complete stick of incense each day can serve as a gentle reminder to follow through on the things that truly matter to us. Third, do not use leftover fire from an old incense stick to light a new one. Some people have the habit of using the leftover flame or ember from a burned incense stick to light the next one, simply because it seems convenient. But in spiritual practice, this is believed to carry over old energy, meaning the vibration of past requests or unresolved issues. If you are making a new prayer, expressing fresh gratitude, or starting a new intention, it is best to use a clean flame to welcome a fresh and clear energy flow. It may seem like a small action, but in the invisible world, it is as if you are bringing unfinished energy from the past into a brand new spiritual space. The flame from an old incense stick still holds remnants of past prayers, old emotions, and possibly things you no longer wish to carry. So when you are lighting incense for something new, whether it is a prayer, a message of peace, or a moment of thankfulness, let that flame be born in the present moment. A fresh fire is a sign that you are ready to create a new vibration, one that is brighter, clearer, and more intentional. Using old flame not only carries outdated energy frequencies, it may also cause you to repeat old emotional patterns, such as worry, impatience, or prayers made with doubt and fear. If those feelings are not cut at the root, they could weaken the power of your next incense offering. It is just like writing a new letter. You would not scribble it over an old one, or planting a new seed. You would not place it in soil that has already been drained of nutrients. Lighting incense works the same way. It should begin with freshness, purity, and presence. Using a new flame does not have to be complicated or fancy. It could be a small lighter or a simple matchstick. The important thing is not the tool. It is the awareness you bring into the act. As long as you are mindful of this one thing, I am doing this with fresh energy and a clear mind, then all vibrations you create from there will carry that purity forward. Fourth, Do not allow strong wind while lighting incense. Strong wind can cause the incense to burn unevenly, go out halfway, scatter ash everywhere, or make the flame flare up unpredictably. Not only is this physically unsafe, but it also creates instability in the energy flow between your mind and the spiritual world. An incense stick that burns crookedly, gets extinguished, or blows ash all over the place is not just a sign of disorder. It also symbolizes a disrupted spiritual connection. Lighting incense is a moment that requires stability, both internally and externally. When strong wind blows through, everything becomes unsettled. The flame cannot stay steady, the smoke cannot rise smoothly, and your own mind will start to feel shaken by that turbulence. That is why, if possible, choose a wind-free space, quiet, still, and safe, so that every offering becomes a moment of true peace. If you cannot avoid wind, perhaps you live near an open window, a fan, or are outdoors, you can shield the incense gently with your hand while lighting it, or move to a more sheltered spot. This is not just a physical action, it is an expression of care. Because if you are willing to take a few seconds to protect a small flame, you are also protecting your trust and intention behind it. Remember, incense smoke is not just a pleasant scent, it is the messenger stream between you and the spiritual realm. It needs to rise slowly, gently, and clearly. Strong winds make the smoke swirl chaotically, scatter the ash, and break the flow, as if your prayer is being torn apart and sent in all directions, unable to reach its destination. Some people believe that strong wind during incense lighting is a bad omen, but in most cases, it is simply due to a poorly prepared environment. A mindful altar space should be subtly protected, not completely sealed off, but also not fully exposed to chaotic airflow from outside. When you calm the wind, you calm the energy. And when you calm the energy, your mind becomes grounded. Fifth, never let the incense holder tilt, fall over, or run out of ash. To the eye, an incense holder may just look like a bowl of ash, but in spiritual tradition, it is considered a sacred space, a grounding point between the visible world and the invisible connection beyond. It is where your prayers are received, where your sincerity is stored, and where your messages are quietly passed on. That is why your incense holder must be kept upright, stable, and full, in both form and spiritual energy. If the holder is tilted, placed unevenly, or accidentally knocked over, it creates not just physical disruption, but also a sense of spiritual unease whenever you offer incense. It is like writing a heartfelt letter to your ancestors, but the envelope is torn or crumpled. Your message may still be sincere, but the lack of care in the presentation can distort the energy of your intention. An incense holder that is too full, packed with old, unremoved incense sticks and ash, causes the energy within to become blocked. This is known as cluttered spiritual energy, which makes the space feel heavy and suffocating, weakening the clarity of your prayers. On the other hand, if the holder is too empty, lacking ash, or there is no space left to place the incense correctly, it becomes like a doorway to the spiritual realm that is wide open, but with nowhere for the energy to go. The connection is broken, incomplete. Some families, out of fear of disturbing the altar, leave the incense holder untouched for years, never cleaning, never removing used sticks, never replacing the ash. But in reality, letting things sit for too long causes energy to stagnate. It is like a stream that stops flowing. It turns into a still, murky pool that cannot purify or carry anything forward. Spirituality does not teach us to be superstitious. It teaches us to live mindfully, respecting even the smallest details. That is why cleaning the incense holder and removing old sticks should be done regularly, at the end of the year, the beginning of a new month, or simply whenever you feel the energy in your home needs a reset. When cleaning, be gentle. Use a clean cloth. Do not spill ash. Keep an odd number of incense sticks in the holder, usually 3, 5, or 7, as a symbol of ongoing connection. Each stick of incense, lit at the right time and in the right way, is not just a ritual. It is a message you are sending into the universe. It is a moment when you open an invisible door, allowing your ancestors to listen, protect, and guide you through confusion, exhaustion, or instability. Lighting incense does not need to be complicated. It does not need to follow strict tradition. What matters most is the right intention at the right moment. And when you truly light a stick of incense with a sincere heart, the energy in your home will shift. Your mind will feel lighter, and the road ahead, though not instantly wide open, will surely begin to brighten. Before we wrap up, if anything in this video has resonated with you, leave a comment such as, "I am ready to connect with positive energy," or "I light incense each day with gratitude." Share your honest thoughts, not just for yourself, but to bring peace and comfort to anyone else reading them too. And do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss practical insights on ancient spirituality, applied feng shui, and the art of living in harmony with the energy of the universe. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos, where together we will go deeper, live with intention, and attract the best life has to offer.